There's a few things I wish someone told me before starting my fitness journey. This was me before. This is me now. But it took a long time for me to get there. Only for me to realize now that I could have saved so much time, money, energy, and a lot of frustration if I followed these simple steps. What's up? If you're new here, welcome, bienvenidos. And for my A1 day ones, it's always good to see you back again. I'm Haskiri, an actress from Washington Heights, New York, and I led a TV show all the way in Hollywood, California. And this channel is dedicated to teaching you the lessons I've not only learned along the way, but the many things I wish I knew a lot sooner to help me navigate this thing we call life. It's a place for self-visionaries, for the girls who aren't just dreamers, but doers, for girls like us who can imagine all the possibilities and take steps to turn those dreams into reality. Now let's get back into the video. In fact, I realized there's one big question we all have in common when we embark on this fitness journey. And that is, where the fudge do we start? You know what I really wanted to say. As I think back on my journey, I can't help to feel bad for myself knowing how intimidating it was. And knowing around that time, it wasn't so easy just to search the internet and find someone who was willing to give out actual advice. And the irony now is that the information is so oversaturated that quite honestly, it makes it hard to actually start working out without feeling overwhelmed by what you just learned. And while there are people out there who do give out some really good advice, I can't help but see how complex they make it sometimes. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through just that. I'm gonna teach you how to actually start working out in a way that keeps it simple and easy for you to understand. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, and I'm also going to share with you the #1 secret that'll keep you going no matter what. And not just in your fitness journey, but in your everyday life with whatever you put your mind to. Now, aside from the questions that already linger in our minds, like, am I doing this right? What should I train for today? How do I get slimmer? How do I get stronger? How do I use this machine? Is my form correct? And so on. The question that creates these in the very first place is, how do we actually start working out? #1, what does your kitchen look like? Yeah, I bet this threw you off. And I'm not talking about interior design, although I'm a huge interior design fanatic. But here's what I mean when I ask this question. If you made the decision to finally dive into this journey, I'm pretty sure you've set up a whole game plan and you've invested not only time, but money at this point. And you are ready to get at it. You wake up, you're excited to get this day started, you're full of energy, and you are feeling so good. You know that this is day one of taking control of your life. But then something happens. You eventually start to lack the right energy, your mood changes, and now you can't seem to follow through on your initial plan to work out that morning or after work. So what the heck happened? Well, the majority of us, and this was me too, overlooked nutrition. Let's head to my kitchen real quick. Welcome to the kitchen. Why did I bring you into my kitchen? Because here's what I want you to do the next time you're in your kitchen. I want you to take a good look around. I want you to see, what do you have on your counters? What do you have in your pantry? What do you have in your fridge, in your freezer? And I want you to have that image vividly for this next part. When you sit down and you think about what this healthier version of you looks like, I want you to also visualize, what does that person eat? What do they consume on the daily basis? Now, I want you to see what's similar and what's different from what you currently have in your kitchen. Because the only thing that really truly separates us from that person we're seeing in our minds is the person that we are today. For example, if you're waking up and the first thing you're doing is running out of your house, grabbing a Frappuccino or some other sugary drink, or you're having a high carb breakfast as far as like a bagel or pancakes, while those foods and those types of drinks are good, and especially in the moment, it's like this euphoric thing, right? It's like, you get that sugar rush, you will eventually face a crash, also known as an energy dip. And when you face that energy dip throughout the day, you'll realize that you'll start saying to yourself, I don't feel like doing this anymore. I'm way too tired. Because that energy that you had earlier, that motivation, that inspiration, that drive is no longer going to be there because your body cannot physically and mentally support that image, that vision that we have for ourselves. The next time you are in your kitchen, I want you to see it as a form of support. Your kitchen needs to support the journey that you are about to embark on. When you're starting this journey, it's definitely going to be something that's going to require so much focus, so much attention, which is why I'm not here to tell you you have to get rid of everything in your pantry, everything in your kitchen. No, what I'm saying is let's be mindful. Let's be more aware and more conscious of what we are consuming, because we want to make sure that the things we are consuming are going to support us in the long run, are going to support us throughout an entire day in order for us to reach that moment where we are working out and we get the job done. Since we are just starting this journey, let's not make it so hard on ourselves. Let's not put all this pressure on ourselves and all these expectations to be the most perfect, healthiest person on the planet. What I learned early on when I first started this fitness journey is that I was not someone that enjoyed being in the kitchen. I was someone that didn't have really time to be in the kitchen in the first place. So what I want you to do is the next time you go out shopping, food shopping, find things that are convenient for you to make at home. So this air fryer has literally been such a lifesaver for me. I'm able to get something from the freezer because it's already cooked, it's already made, and just pop it in here and heat it up with the instructions on the back of the bag or the box, and I'm still able to get a good meal in. I'm still able to stay on course with my diet and my nutrition, but also I'm still able to have the right energy to get me through the workout that I planned for that day. Because what we're trying to do here is create a habit. What we're trying to do here is build a routine that we're able to follow so that eventually, as we get better and as we go on our journey, we're able to incorporate and then make bigger changes to even more support our goal and our vision of this entire workout journey. Even if I wanted something sweet or something sugary, I would have to make an active effort to go and get those things, because Nate and I, we try not to bring those foods in because we know ourselves and we know that best believe if it's here, I'm definitely gonna go eat it. But that doesn't mean that we also don't have those foods. What we do is we set a day to look forward to. So when we kill our goals, when we crush our goals for the entire week, we have that Sunday or that Monday, whatever day works, to go and enjoy ourselves and indulge in whatever it is that we're craving. But we also do have certain things that are just healthier swaps and healthier options of those things. Like, look, I grew up eating Frosted Flakes, Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms, Fruity Pebbles, all of the cereals I grew up eating. However, I'm not gonna have those cereals now because I know that when I eat that, it literally drains my energy and then I'm done for the rest of the day. I literally can't do anything. I can't put my focus towards anything. I don't want to do anything. And then if I do that, that pulls me further away from what I originally want to do, further away from my dreams and my goals. So what I do instead is I look for healthier options. So I have this cereal right here. Usually I'll change up the cereal. This is just the one that I decided I wanted to go with when I went to Whole Foods, but there's so many other options. I try to go for gluten-free or grain-free because I know those things tend to kind of mess me up. Here's the good thing: when you are more mindful and more self-conscious of what you are consuming, you'll start realizing that certain foods that you eat will trigger certain mood changes, will trigger certain energy dips, and you'll be more in tune with your body. And low-key, that is the ultimate goal, is to be more in tune with our bodies, because the more in tune with our bodies that we are, the more we are capable of achieving certain goals. So the next time you're in your kitchen, just see what are certain foods that you truly enjoy and try to see if you can find healthier or better options or swaps for those foods. I'm pretty sure you can find them. So ultimately, the goal is when you are in your kitchen, I want you to see it as your number one support, because this is where we start our mornings off. This is where we prepare ourselves for the rest of the day. And if we are preparing ourselves from the moment we walk into our kitchen, whenever we leave our home, we're gonna be even more prepared, more laser focused, and we're also gonna avoid those energy dips throughout the day. This way we are able to get to the workout, do the job, get the job done, and hit our goal for the day. And remember, you take it one day at a time. Because let's be real, if I'm already facing mood dips and energy changes and you're facing that as well, you'll realize that even when you find that willpower to get to the gym, you're gonna end up compensating a whole lot more. That 10-pound weight that you're used to lifting is gonna feel like a 20-pound weight because your body literally just is compensating. It cannot pick that weight up. And when you compensate, you're gonna get even more frustrated with yourself because now you're gonna get back pain and now you're gonna get irritated and now you're creating this cycle that is just truly unhealthy. This is why I say it's so important to understand, be aware of what you are consuming and get in tune with your body because it will let you know. Your body speaks to you. And if we're going to the gym and we're creating that cycle, that unhealthy cycle, then guess what it does to us in the long run? We start to slowly drift away from actually getting the work done because now we are in so much pain that we can't bear to go into the gym. And again, this is for beginners. We're just starting off. You're just trying to learn how to work out. Let's not overcomplicate it. All right, let's go back upstairs. I grew up with two brothers, and being the only girl, I was always doing boy things. From a young age, I was introduced to being active, but as I got older, I strayed away from my active lifestyle. I mean, it wasn't like I was doing it on purpose. It just happened based on my interest as I was getting older. I started to be more sedentary, and then before I knew it, I was in a place mentally where I was so uncomfortable in my body. And I'm sure we can all relate to that because it happened gradually. You see, I wasn't aware of the changes that were happening, that by the time I did realize this, I was trying to find a quick and fast way to fix it, only to keep failing at everything and anything that had to do with fitness. And so through all of my trials and errors, I came up with what I like to call the CSA method: clarity, simplification, and action. Before you enter a gym, before you buy weights, before you spend money on a bunch of protein powders or all of these supplements everyone is throwing out there. Oh, and before we move on, please do this with me. Grab a pen and a paper and let's do this next section together. I want it to be very interactive. Just kidding. You can pause it here and grab the pen and paper and then let's get back into it. But you better come back. Ready? Okay. I want you to ask yourself, what is your fitness goal? So before you invest all this time into a gym membership, protein powders, supplements, X, Y, and Z, what is your fitness goal? This question is to help you gain clarity. Do you want to lose weight or gain weight? Is your goal to get stronger or is it to be more agile? By asking yourself questions like this, you'll be able to make choices that fit with your needs. No pun intended. If your goal is to gain weight, then why follow or create a program that's all cardio based? I mean, you're gonna get results, but you're gonna get the wrong ones. And if we follow a program that strays away from the results that we actually wanna see, we're gonna feel discouraged because we're not seeing the results that we are seeking out. When you first start to get clear, you might be writing down a bunch of things, and that's fine, but you now need to simplify it. Everyone is different, and it's important to note that depending on someone's workout routine, they all have specific looks. Here's the thing, when you look at your favorite fitness influencer, right? Most likely they've been doing this for quite some time. So they will have a bunch of different programs that they already follow that they post on their socials. And for them, it's going to be so easy to keep track of what they are doing and making it look so effortless because they've already been doing it for quite some time. But if you're a beginner, you can easily get overwhelmed with everything that they put out. We eventually will also get there because remember, we are trying to figure out how to actually start working out. If I started to follow these programs that they put out there, I found myself getting overwhelmed. It was hard for me to keep track of my progress. And then it became hard for me to actually focus in on the workout itself because I'm out here trying to learn a whole bunch of new routines and different programs. And then I'm walking all over the gym trying to find certain machines or certain dumbbells. Overwhelming. Also, not to mention that I was a beginner, so I didn't know much about form or certain workouts. This is why simplifying your workout routine will definitely benefit you. Follow a routine that targets exactly what you need. I'd say keep it between 4 to 6 exercises. So either 2 groups of 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2 groups of 3 if you're doing 6 exercises. Doing this will help you be consistent because you'll have a routine that you can keep track of and you can better your form over time, which will only improve your confidence level. If we think the moment we walk into a gym that we should know the ins and the outs of the gym or how to perform every single exercise known to man and use every machine, we are only going to discourage ourselves. Try to stay away from the perfection mindset and enjoy the process. If and when we find ourselves struggling with something, let's be kind to ourselves and remind ourselves that this is a new skill that we are trying to build. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We hear it all the time. It takes time for us in anything to feel confident, to learn how it works, especially if it's a new environment for us. But every time we show up for ourselves, we get better and better and closer to reaching our goals. Now you've gotten clarity and simplified, it's time to take action. You'll realize that taking the action might have felt like the hardest part, but you'll see how easy it'll be now. Okay, so quick little story time. I remember when I was creating a program, I wanted to create one that kept me in the corner of a gym. Why? Because I was shy. I wanted and needed that for myself. Since I was a beginner, this helped me with my confidence in the gym. It became so easy to enter the gym because I knew exactly what I had to do every single time. I didn't complicate it. I knew the machines I was going to use ahead of time. I knew the weights I was going to use ahead of time and where in the gym I was going to go and work out at. So, taking action was the easiest part because I prepared everything beforehand that was going to support me in the gym. It was literally me, the corner of the gym, best friends forever. How do they do it now? It was the most rewarding feeling because I was finally doing something that didn't make me feel overwhelmed or intimidated. And there was honestly no space in my mind for me to feel intimidated because I already had everything I needed for my set right in that little corner. I didn't have to go and explore the whole gym. I didn't have to put myself in a situation where I could possibly feel overwhelmed. It's still crazy for me to think that as a girl who basically knew nothing other than squatting and walking on a treadmill to where I'm at today, I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, I know you can. So what I'm trying to say is that these baby steps helped me want to keep showing up for myself. It really gave me the confidence to actually start working out. Eventually, you'll be so good at this that you're going to be exploring new workouts and the machines and just overall be so confident in yourself. And I can't wait for you to feel that because I know you deserve it. All right, let's move on, bestie. A lot of the times we feel that in order for us to actually start working out, we need to enter the gym or have weights. But the reality is that doing body weight workouts from home are just as effective, especially when you are just starting out. When you first introduce working out, it's something foreign to your body. Literally, your body will need time to get used to it. This is also huge for girls who have crazy work schedules or are in school because, I understand. Sometimes it can be hard to carve out that time and get in a workout. It's hard to plan if your day-to-day can literally change in a second. Like, I remember literally having to pick up some last-minute shifts because I had an audition and I was gonna go to that audition. So having to switch last minute with one of my coworkers and scrambling around, that created its own kind of stress. And then I would push back my workouts, and then I found myself being inconsistent because from one day of not working out, it turned into 2 days and then a week, and then the next thing you know, I'm back to square one trying to get right back into it. So if you find yourself in similar situations, try to gain a steady routine by working out at home. Once I realized that I didn't have to work out in the gym all the time, that working out at home was just as effective, girl, I saw a lot more consistency in myself. If I couldn't make it to the gym, I would just train at home. It worked out so well. I had a little bit of everything in that program. It was a full body program that I felt the freaking burn. And the thing I loved about this program is that I could progress with it. I can grow with it. I can take it to the gym and do the exact same movement, but adding some weight to it. Not only did working out at home keep me accountable, but it kept me consistent, and I was able to see the results that I was seeking. And trust me when I say, if you do these workouts correctly with body weight, oh, you're definitely gonna feel the burn. Ain't no question about it. And girl, just give me the word. If you want me to create a killer workout program for home, I got you. Just let me know in the comments below. There's also other perks of working out from home. You can focus on yourself. You won't be worried or looking around to see if other people are watching you or making judgment on you. You can just be in the moment. And I think that's so important when you are working out. Working out isn't just about how you want your body to look, right? There's something deeper, more meaningful when it comes to working out. I found that when I would work out and be able to be so present and mindful in that moment, there was something meditative about it, but there was also something that was so calming and grounding about it. And of course, this will also help you build a steady routine, which is what we are looking for. And you also don't have to stress about the fact that you have to carve out some extra time just to make it to the gym if you want to have a good workout. So when you're working out from home, you'll be able to dedicate that time towards your workout. So regardless if it's before or after class or work, you will find that these small habits will keep you going and you will find so much progression in that time. And that's literally the whole key here, right? We're trying to figure out how we can actually start working out. Another way is, wait for it, walking. You heard me. Yeah, I know. You're probably like, seriously, walking? Girl, I walk all the time. I walk to work. I walk here. I walk there, X, Y, and Z. Yes, girl. Literally walking. This one right here, and don't get it twisted, walking is literally like a sneak attack. There's so many benefits to walking, but one thing I personally saw when I started to implement walking as a part of my routine, whether it was on the treadmill or walking outside, is how much it helped with my physique. But I also saw that it wasn't as easy as I thought. Like, walking will challenge you. Walking consistently for 30 minutes straight, no stopping, was the reality check I didn't know I needed. Because when I thought about walking, I thought about just that. I said, well, I walk to work. I walk to the grocery store. I walk here. But when you're doing it for a straight 30 minutes, that's a whole nother beast. And look, there's gonna be some days where we aren't in the mood for weight training. Trust me, I know, I've been there, okay? I would highly recommend using walking for the in-between days, for those type of days where you absolutely cannot even think or look at a weight. And the fun thing is that when the summertime comes, you can use walking to be around your friends, with your families. You can use it to talk about your dreams and your goals in life. It's literally such a beautiful experience. Walking has truly helped me in my fitness journey. And if you end up doing it on the treadmill, I got a real fire playlist for y'all on Spotify. It's gonna be linked below that it'll keep you going the entire way. Y'all remember the secret I mentioned earlier? The number one way to actually start working out is asking yourself, what is your why? Why are you doing it in the first place? What is your driving force? Or what is something you don't want to happen in your life that you know if you were to take action right now, it'll help you avoid that thing? If you don't figure out your why you're doing all of these things to begin with, then when any little distraction or challenge that comes your way, it'll be so easy for you to give up. But when you face adversity and you remember your why and you have it in the back of your head at all times, that will keep you focused. That will keep you motivated. My fiance said this to me once, and this literally changed everything for me. If someone doesn't have a dream big enough to change, they will never change. Think about that for a second. You see, for me, it was acting. It was making sure that I didn't get sucked into the system like many of the other people I knew or like many of my friends at the time. Because when you grow up in the environment I grew up in, you see so many things that you tell yourself, yo, I want so much more for myself. And that's what I told myself. And I know you're saying that to yourself too, that you want so much more for yourself. And let's be honest, you deserve that. And like I said, this rule applies outside of just working out and starting your fitness journey. It applies to your everyday life. If you have your why, there's literally nothing that can hold you back. Once you find out your why, everything I said before this will be even easier to take action on. Last but not least, avoid the creep hours. Y'all, when I finally was able to muster up the freaking courage to enter the gym and work out, I learned real fast that there's specific time for certain people at the gym. Like, let's be real, it was already bad enough that I am trying to get a hold of this new environment and navigate it in a way where my overthinking and my anxiety wouldn't get the best of me. To then now having to deal with men who only get a gym membership to stare women down for hours. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. It's sad, but it's true. And this right here almost made me want to give up. Honestly, like it got to the point where I said, I'm not going to go to the gym unless my dad or my brothers come with me. The problem was that none of our schedules met up. And so on the days that I was going to go to the gym, I found myself literally stalling because I knew that these men were literally going to be there just waiting to make me and every other woman so uncomfortable in the gym. However, one time my schedule was literally so packed with auditions that I was like almost forced to go to the gym at a different time. Yeah, I went to the gym so early. And when I tell you there's literally a difference, like the group during the time I went were more mature, cleaner. I mean, you can literally tell that they were there not to play games. They were there to put in that work. And this is when I realized how different gym times have different groups of people. And in that same breath, I also learned that the gym has different peak hours. Like there's those busy times and then there's those extra dead times. And oh my gosh, I love those dead times. When I was just starting off, I truly enjoyed those very quiet times at the gym. It brought me so much joy and so much comfort. And those are the types of times that you should be keeping an eye out for. So I would definitely recommend, especially if you are a beginner or just a little shy girly, definitely try to avoid those rush hour times. I feel like those times are usually between 3 to 5 p.m. So anytime before then or a little after 5, I would say those times are perfect for girls like us. And if you're up for it, late night works just as well, but you better carry that pepper spray. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm not. No, but for real, it doesn't matter where you are, any time of the day, wherever you are, always be aware of your surroundings. Keep that head on a swivel, okay? Every gym is different. So before you go, I highly recommend double checking so that you know exactly what are the heaviest times with people and what are the lowest times with people. Everything I mentioned here is exactly how I started working out. It's exactly how I was able to stick to a routine so that I was able to gain the confidence and understand my form. So when I went in the gym, I wasn't thinking about all those things. Picking the right time to go to the gym, if you can, if you have that privilege, that thing literally helped me so much. I believe this wraps up the video, and I also want to commend you for taking this step for yourself. It's not a small decision, and I know firsthand how intimidating it can feel because like I said, I was once in your shoes. So if you enjoyed this video, I'm pretty sure you're gonna love this one right here. And what I want to gain out of this is knowing that you were able to watch this video and immediately apply it to your lifestyle. So if it did help you, come back and let me know in the comments because I want to hear all about it. As always, a lovely, friendly reminder that we are capable of creating the life that we want. Till next time, chicas. Bye.